We saw really a uniform swing across groups towards Trump. So while there was a lot of discussion about specific groups like African American men maybe rejecting Harris for some reason, then the Harris campaign spent a lot of attention on black men as a result, really with the exception of maybe Latino men, we saw the same kind of shift across all groups. The unanswered questions are things like the role of Latino men in helping Trump win so many counties and do better than he did before, and also the important role of turnout. Was this a story about white voters turning out at very high rates, or really an across-the-board increase in turnout relative to, say, 2016? A bunch of papers everywhere that's actually like more professorial looking, right? Yeah. People were like, oh, you must be really smart and like have Alan Lichtman's keys to victory or whatever. You've got this random books and paper everywhere. You know what I mean? I think my big takeaway from last night is that the nation is really hungry for a change from the Biden administration, and that Kamala Harris's decision to just run slightly away from the Biden record probably meant that most voters said this is a referendum on the current president, Joe Biden. They didn't like what he was doing. They thought they were better 4 years ago under Trump and voted for him as a result. Yeah, I mean, this moves the country to the right, but I think if you look at Georgia, there's a really interesting story here. We have excellent data about who voted, especially before the election. That's about 80% of Georgia voters. And what we found is that turnout was actually up a little bit from 2020. So this wasn't a story necessarily of Democrats staying home. It was really that Trump was able to mobilize even more Republican voters than he did in 2020.